Hey guys, Grant Cook here. I just wanted to give you a bit of insight on how I go about making an episode of the show. That and YouTube's kind of flagged the last 4 of my videos with the dreaded "more information needed" message. So this will prove that I actually make my own videos. This is my studio here. This is where I shoot all the episodes. It is not just a set, it's an actual functioning room where I do audio recording and pretty much production from start to finish. So let's get started. Okay, so firstly I come up with the idea. Normally this process is very sporadic, meaning I never really know when it's going to happen. I could be in bed, I could be in the shower, on the crapper. For example, the last episode, Inception Cake, I came up with the whole story while I was hanging my washing out on the line. I explain that. Next up is writing. This is the easy part of the process. Once the idea is kind of stuck in my head, it just tends to spew out of my head onto the page. Inception Cake took roughly 6 minutes to write from start to end. I write it in Celtep script, then I have that on my phone, my iPad, my MacBook, and I have it in the editing suite. That way, it's always there when inspiration strikes. Once the script's done, it's time to shoot. This is my least favourite part of the process because it's so time consuming with a one-man crew. I can't check the camera after every good take to see if it worked. I just sort of go with my gut and shoot another 3 to 4 takes after every one just to make sure I have it. In the latest episode, I shot over 20 takes of the "one who knocks" speech, just so I had options when I come to the edit. Another reason shooting is a pain, the puppet. If you've ever used a puppet for a considerable amount of time, you'll know what I'm talking about. It is incredibly uncomfortable to puppeteer. You gotta bend yourself in all sorts of positions just to get the shot you need. For the cooking episodes, it takes even longer since you've got to make the product whilst filming simultaneously. I actually burnt the first batch of candy because I was too busy getting the shot and most of it had already set in the pot. I'll put up a shot of that. That said, I still enjoy shooting, I just don't enjoy it as much as the rest of the filmmaking process. Now that shooting's done, it's time to import it all into the editor and get started. I shot about 100 gig of footage for Breaking Bad Candy, and I like to separate that out into segments so it's easier to look up the shots that I need. I import all the audio that's recorded independent of the video, and I match that up as I scrub through the footage. I generally spend anywhere from a few hours to a few days honing the edit until I'm happy with the result. Next up is effects. I'll give you a couple of examples of effects in the past episode. This opening shot of Doug is actually shot twice. The first shot is of me acting for nothing in the foreground, and then me puppeteering Doug in the background. I time both shots to interact properly, and then it's into After Effects. All I do is put a quick mask layer on the top layer, and presto, we're all done. I also made my own Breaking Bad title sequence in After Effects, and since there aren't any decent tutorials on YouTube for that, I just had to figure out how to do it on my own. I think I matched the original pretty well. I'll put up a tutorial on how to do that soon. After the effects are done, I'll grab a random clip from each scene and work out a colour grade that best suits the material. I'll then take those grades and apply them to the rest of the clips in my timeline. I'll also apply Neat Video to remove any noise and sharpen the image. And for grading, I generally use Film Convert Pro, Colorista 2 and Magic Bullet Looks in a combination. Last step, sound and music. While the last episode didn't have many sound effects, a lot of the previous episodes have had a lot of sound effects, and I love emphasizing actions and looks with a sound. A good sound can save an okay shot and make a good one feel great. I feel the same way about music, and in a lot of cases I'll go for my copy of Video Copilot's Pro Scores, but in the latest episode I used the new creation tools from YouTube. They have a fantastic studio filled with tons of great songs and all free to use. I ended up using 3 songs, Say Yeah, Omission and Court and Page. Now that post-production's done, it's time to publish. I always publish my videos in H.264 VBR2 pass at a bitrate minimum of 15.5 and a maximum of 19. It makes the video size a little bit bigger, but on the flip side, your video still looks awesome and crisp. Now, if you don't use Premiere Pro, you probably know what the hell I'm talking about. But that's kind of what I use, so, just find your equivalent on your editor. And that's it, making an episode of the show from beginning to end. I hope you enjoyed this. We've got a lot more content coming up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, share. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments below. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Yeah, see you next time.